Welcome back everybody. So this is gonna be a quick update video for you guys on stock market, and before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to get my daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, and you want to support the channel, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. Dow is up 0.56%, Nasdaq going down over 2%, S&P going down almost 1%, and Russell staying flat, only up 0.16%. And here's 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500, and we got on top leading the way utilities, energy, and financial, and that is why Dow Jones was up on the day, and then we got some of these financial name going up, and that is why small caps Russell 2000 was also at least in the green on Friday, where we saw lots of money coming out from where? Technology. It's down on the day 2.85%, and then we got communication services also got slapped, and that is because of Meta going down big time on Friday. And then we also got consumer cyclical, Tesla, Amazon, both going down, and then we got in the green industrials, basic materials, and especially on top we got leading the way utilities also for the week, utilities leading the way, and consumer defensive, financial also on top, and technology down. I mean, look at this guys, for the week 7.2%, which is a massive dump off in just a matter of 1 week on technology. So what we got here on stock market map, we got energy sector lighting up in the green, and that is because of the news from Middle East and any escalation over the weekend, and we could see a massive explosion again on Monday right here on energy sector. Then we got utilities also lighting up in the green, and big names like Tesla going down almost 2%, Amazon down 2.56%, Netflix with earnings down 9%, Meta going down 4.13%, Google, Apple, Microsoft all are down over 1%, and big dips right here on chips guys. Massive dump off on Nvidia, and a lot of people are saying that, why this dump off, and why not guys? Why not? This thing near 1,000. You want to buy near 1,000? Or you want to buy near 300-400. So Nvidia giving up 10%, that is absolutely nothing how much this thing went up in last 1 year. So Nvidia, and that is why there is a big selling on Nvidia. And I did talk about this before. This situation where Nvidia can pull back in 1 day, $60, $70, $80, maybe even $150. What's going to happen on Nasdaq 100? And you guys got a good example on Friday. Why Nasdaq down 2%? Because of this stock going down massively. Yes, every other stocks are down also on big names like Meta, but Nvidia, especially Nvidia, took down this market on Friday. And then we got financial, big banks, JPM, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, all are up in the green. And some of these regional banks are also up. And the ETF KRE, that is up on Friday, and that is why we saw Russell actually staying up in the green. So before we get started on big mega cap stocks, let me show you guys what's coming next week. It's gonna be a jam-packed week. Monday morning we got lots of earnings, and then we got Tuesday big names like Tesla, Pepsi, UPS, all that is coming out on Tuesday. And in top of that, guys, I mean, look at this. Wednesday, you got Meta, Boeing, you got AT&T, Ford, IBM. And then on Thursday, you got Microsoft, the biggest name. And then you got Google, Roku, Intel, Snap, RCL, American Airlines. And even on Friday, you got big names like Chevron and ExxonMobil reporting earnings. Now, also going into next week, the following week, we also have big earnings coming out, and you can see right here. You can take a screenshot if you like right here. So it's going to cause lots of volatility here in this market, and you just got to be ready for that going into next week. So let's get started with Dow Jones ETF DIA, which is up just over 0.5%. Now you can see, yes, things are looking good on DIA. It was actually holding up pretty decently on Friday and not breaking down to a new low, where we saw Triple Q getting absolutely decimated. I mean, that thing was going down all day. Yes, we got bounced here and there for like a dollar or two. Immediately, we saw selling again to the downside. Now, if you look at my screen, yes, you can call this a mini bear flag right here. We got no confirmation of this mini bear flag that it's going to play out or not. We're seeing money actually rotating into Dow Jones. So now it's holding above 5-day moving average 378, which is a good news for a move, a counter trend rally all the way up to 384, possibly up to even 388, 50-day and 20-day moving average. Now, a lot of people I saw on my last video, and you guys have to get out of this retail sentiment. And I'll be honest with you guys, when I was making videos right here that you're going to get a pullback, and I would say that's like maybe 5% people out there. So not all of you guys, don't take that for all of you guys. Not all of you guys. Retail traders, investor, making the same mistake over and over. Now, when things go up, it's going to take some time to come down. We can only do analysis. We cannot move the market, right? I can only talk about what I see here, what's going to happen, looking at the technicals, but I cannot move the market, I'm not that big enough to move the market. Nobody can move the market. Only big whales, big investors, they can move the market. CTA, machines, they actually move the market, right? And what we got right now, CTA, machines, they got no emotion, nothing. They're profitable right here. They've been buying those dips 5 months ago. And now if they're selling, locking in profit, it's totally fine. There is no emotion, nothing. They're just selling into selling, more selling, and that can go on for, a couple days until they sell everything, whatever they want to sell, they will start buying again. So now the mistakes retail traders, investors making right now. So I made a video on Thursday, I believe. There was a comment. We're actually going down 2 straight months. Why? Question is why? When I was making videos right here that you're going to get a pullback, guess what kind of comments I got? And it's just 1 or 2 comments that market will just go up. You're just getting bearish here in this market for no reason. It's not about being a bull or bear. It's about doing the right thing and protecting your capital. And I'm just helping people to protect their capital. When you buy things right up here, this is not a good entry. And now, just because last week we saw some selling, you're scared. Now it's going to go down for 2 months straight. You know what's going to happen if the market goes down straight for 2 months? That is a huge crash. It's not happening. Things get overbought. On a weekly time frame, on daily, things will come down. Things get oversold, which in this case, it's getting a bit oversold. Not extremely oversold on longer time frame, but if you look at daily RSI on Triple Q and on SPY ETF, 4 hour, it's pretty much close to zero. Daily, I think 30, 32, and I can show you guys. So the point I'm here actually making, guys, that people get bullish at the top. They get bearish when it's time to buy the dip, or at least, try to catch that rally to the upside, relief rally. 2 months we're going down straight. That does not make sense. So you cannot short. Do not short this into this hole. If you're shorting this into this hole, you're going to lose a lot of money. I don't do that. And you guys saw those plays where I took Triple Q puts pretty much at the top, 447, got up to what, 449 plus. So that is an entry where I pretty much got the top. And now I'm not calling this a bottom, but if you're shorting when things are oversold, you're shorting into this hole and you're going to lose money. Yes, you can get lucky, don't get me wrong, things can pull back even harder, but knowing that you're shorting when things are oversold, risk to reward ratio is pretty much nothing here. You are risking all your money shorting right here, where you should be at least trying to catch the bottom, at least catch this relief rally to the upside, and then sell out for some profit. And then maybe on that big bounce, if you like to short it, you can short at that time. Right now, what we got? It's just going down straight. We need another lower high, right? And so far, we got no lower highs. Last week, pretty much straight down. So here on Dow Jones, 378 will be a key level, 376, 373, lower Bollinger Band, and then 367. To the upside, 378 can hold, then watch out for a move up to 384 and then 388 to retest these two moving averages right here, 50 and 20 day. On Triple Q, it's down over 2%, and look at this 4-hour RSI right here. It's getting really extremely oversold, 23.69. Look at this daily right here, guys. Extremely oversold, 29.65. So, is that actually a good time to short this market? Absolutely not, at least in my view, and I'm not shorting anything. Now, when market was pulling back in October right here, I made, I think, like 3 videos right here with these candles that smart money is buying, and this is actually a great dip buying opportunity. I'm buying the dip right here, and guess what? There was one comment in my video. I still have it in my phone. I took a screenshot. So the person goes like, "You're talking about buying that dip? Are you crazy? Market is crashing. It's gonna go down to Triple Q. It's gonna go down to 160." Guess what? That was the bottom right here. Instead of 160, Triple Q got up to at least almost 450 right here. So things went the opposite way. Just like right now, last week I saw people getting extremely bearish when things are oversold. And that happens all the time. Why? When things are oversold, why short anything? You don't want to buy that dip? You want to buy when you see things are actually breaking out of this downtrend? You can wait for that. But buying the dip when things actually coming and pulling really hard, it's really hard, right? But also, even if you're buying the dip, you got a better opportunity to make money to the upside than shorting into this hole right here when things are extremely oversold. You can see RSI oversold, lower Bollinger Band sitting at almost 421, and Triple Q trading at 414, came down to 413, closing 2 gaps down here. And now you're thinking about, let's go and short it. It's gonna go down for straight 2 months. That is just insane, guys. So I know it's not, a lot of people out there, but there are people out there. They think that way. When things are pulling back, let's just short it. Like, why didn't you short right here? You guys saw that position that I actually had on Triple Q. I got in right here. Came back, went back up, came back, went back up. I was holding because I know that on a weekly time frame, things are at extreme. I made so many videos, and if you look at all my videos, it says it's coming. A pullback is coming, not a crash. And now finally, it's not even, a big pullback yet. And people are already scared and thinking about shorting into this hole. So the reason for this, actually not to short and just stay away, because knowing that you're shorting something that is oversold, and it happened before where people got extremely bearish right here in this market, especially here on NASDAQ, and they shorted right here. Or maybe they shorted after a bounce, and guess what, guys? One bounce led to another, one gap up led to another, and things were just gapping up and going absolutely rocket. And that is why you do not short when things are oversold. Even when things are going back up, you don't pull the trigger right away and you short everything. You need to wait to see if there is actually a rejection from that level. You need to have a good strategy where you can actually build a short position, and then, like right now, I had my short position right here on Triple Q. I sold everything because things are oversold. Yes, things can come back even more. We might be coming down to 407, possibly even lower. But knowing that I don't have much, reward right here holding my puts, I'll just let it go. And now I'm trying to see where things actually, go down and where things actually find good support and then catch that counter trend rally back up to the upside. I'm definitely not thinking about shorting into this hole right here. Yes, on a bounce, I would be looking to short if things are not breaking out, but not shorting this right here. So be careful shorting this, especially right here. Things are really oversold, and if you're catching this as we get a bounce early as next week, possible, right? Nothing really big going on unless something happens tomorrow in Middle East, and that is just a catalyst, guys. A lot of people think, well, something happening, in Middle East, there is a huge war going on and things are just going to crash. Market does not give a crap about a war that is going on which is far away from states. Market does not care. We saw, lots of things happening with Russia and Ukraine. What happened? Did market give a crap? Absolutely not. The war is going on for what? Almost a year now in Middle East. Lots of things happening. People are dying pretty much every day. Does market cares? Absolutely not. Do I care? Yes. People are dying. Innocent people are dying. Yeah. But market does not have any feelings. It does not care. Unless something happens right here, then yes, market does care, like 9/11, right? Market will come back, market will pull back, people will be scared, they'll be pulling money out from this market, but something happening far, far away, nothing will happen here. This pullback, we just need a catalyst, something. Now, what's the catalyst? What's happening in Middle East? That's a catalyst. The second one, Jay Powell is kind of hawkish now. He's talking about not cutting or maybe cutting just one time this year. And that is why market repricing everything in. And now we're getting a pullback. All that is just catalyst to bring the market down. What happens when the market goes up? We saw it for last 5-6 months. Bad news is good news. Good news is also good news. Market will just fly every day. So that is why it's really risky to short this when things are really oversold. In last 5 to 6 months, we have not seen triple Q RSI getting down to 29 on daily and especially 4-hour, 23. So here on triple Q, guys, we gapped down on Friday, did not even close this gap, 422.83. Now from this level, we do have support right here. You can see around 413 to 414. After filling this gap right here, it's holding right here as a support. So that's going to be your line in the sand right here around 413 to 414. This support, this high. Below that, you're going to see another flush to close this gap at 407.59. But I think from here, as long as we can hold right here on triple Q, we could see a counter trend rally to retrace lower Bollinger Band 420 and possibly close this gap just below 424. And if we can actually break out above 424 to 425, then you're going to see more upside on triple Q. Until then, 413 to 414, strong support down here, and then this gap 407.59. As long as the support can hold, then watch out for a move back up to 420 to retrace lower Bollinger Band and possibly getting up to this gap 422.83 to even 425. And once we get up to 425 plus, then definitely there will be more upside. Now also, we could set a lower high anywhere here. So far, last week, going straight down. No bounce, nothing. So yes, next week there could be a counter trend rally back up to the upside, possibly up to at least this gap 422.83. So watch out, guys. On SPY ETF, it's down 0.87%, and I'm not going to show you guys RSI on SPY ETF because this thing is also extremely oversold. Now, if you look at my screen on this weekly time frame, look at this 20 SMA sitting close to 495, and that is where we actually found support on Friday on SPY ETF and pretty much closing at 495. So that's gonna be your line in the sand going into Monday. Now below that, this thing can come down all the way down to this gap just below 490, and that should be also a strong support right here on SPY ETF. Now, one thing I want to point out, and I did talk about this before in my video many times, that weekly time frame, even if we get a pullback all the way down to 480 to 482 to retest previous all-time highs, that would be totally fine, and the trend will still be up, and we're just getting a correction, right? That is not a crash. So market is still way high up here, and things can pull back even more, but I would not be shorting this. And there is a reason I gave you guys that reason. When things are oversold, at least you want to wait for that counter trend rally, that lower high to be set right here in this market. And then if you want to short, definitely, you can short this market on a bounce, but not if things are pulling back. Let's say Monday we see another gap down, easily can come down to this gap. Things are gonna be even more oversold. So now if we can set a lower high, watch out, 495 can hold. We could see a bounce back up to 500 to retest negative sloping 5-day moving average, and then 503 up to even 509. Below 500, strong support at 495, and then this gap just under 490, and under 490 we also have strong support down here at 485, and then this gap 482.72. On IWM, it's slightly up on the day, 0.16%, and barely holding after getting down to 191.34, holding 193 right here as a support. Now, if you look at my screen, it needs to hold right here, guys. 193. That is a big level. Loss of rejection right here. But if this thing actually takes out 193, the next stop will be right down here, 188 on this weekly time frame. Now to the upside, 193 can hold. We could see a move back up to 194, 5-day moving average, and above 194, IWM can move up even higher, all the way up to 198 to even 200, and then we can possibly talk about this gap getting filled right here at 204.47. Until then, watch this critical support 193 and then 188. On VIX is up 3.94%, and let me just talk about this monthly time frame on this MACD right here. I did talk about this before in my video that we could see that MACD actually crossing over. We get that bullish cross, and so far that has happened right here on VIX. And last two times it happened right here, we saw massive spike all the way up to 35, 36. Right here, we saw massive spike all the way up to 85. Now, is that going to happen? Maybe not, but at least we could see more upside on VIX. Right now, it's holding above 18, which is bullish. And look at this daily candle. We got a hammer on Friday. Came down, entire dip on VIX was bought up and pretty much closing at the high of the day. So now with this hammer candle, $18 right here as a big support, this thing can go up even more, all the way up to 20, and then possibly up to this high, which is at 23. Now in a pullback, 18 bucks gives up. Then watch out, this thing might come down all the way down to this high right here around 1677 to 1672 right here, and below that you're going to see more dump off all the way down to this critical support and the breakout zone at 15. Looks like it was flagging right here. It was consolidating, and I did talk about this also before, that VIX needs to get above 15. We need some sort of consolidation into a bull flag or something right here, and then we could see massive explosion, and looks like this is exactly what we got. Breaking above 15, consolidating right here into a bull flag, and then a massive breakout. And now, you can see right here, we might be flagging again. So if this thing can hold 18, you're going to see a move up to 20 and possibly up to even $23 going into next week. So be careful, especially with all those earnings coming up, guys. Things are not gonna be same next week. You're going to see market going up, down, all over the place, and it's gonna be really hard to trade this market next week. So the dollar going absolutely flat on Friday, and look at this, guys. Again, dollar might be flagging right here. And if this is actually going to play out, this thing can spike again all the way up to this high right here, 107, and that is gonna be the next stop right here on dollar. And we all know that dollar goes up, S&P 500 will come down even more. So watch out here on dollar 106. As long as 106 can hold, this thing can go up even more. Another dollar all the way up to 107. Below 106, you're going to see more downside here on dollar all the way down to 105 and then 104.48. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated going into Monday.